God. So everybody out there, we're going to try to distract you for a couple of hours tonight from the world being on fire. And in turn, you're going to distract us because I think everyone's having a tough month, I think. Like, I don't know anybody who's doing A-okay. Why is the image frame off? I don't know. Oh, yeah,
I think they're talking about Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the call and jump right back.
Okay.
To fix my...
No.
I'm going to turn off that.
Well, we almost got him on extended rest.
We almost did. We were
him.
so close.
That's all the time he had.
It's 6 more weeks of plague.
I'm going to show everybody this at home. I want you all to wish Suki well. Because she is in a rough way. She just got out of the vet. We're getting something tested on her, and she is in an even larger cone now. And, yeah, she's...
It's the blood streaks inside the cone that upset me.
Dude, it's so much worse. Because it's... You know how head wounds, like they bleed so much? Like,
sure, yeah.
They had to get a wedge out of her ear to test it, and it's just, like, it's so bad. Like,
God.
She looks so sad, and anybody who knows Suki knows that food is her motivator, and she's not even really hungry. She had a pepperoni, and that's about it. Like, when she's feeling better, we were going to give her all the bananas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she deserves so many bananas.
Yeah.
At least 2.
At least. Okay, let's see. You're still green. Oh, wait. No, you're here. You're fine. What was that?
No. I don't know. I want to say I did, but I don't.
Okay.
Here, I'll just... Sure. Cool. Thanks. Skype. I mean, I knew what I was doing. I fixed it.
Yeah, you're like a computer man, right? Like, that's what you do.
You're a computer man.
I'm the computer man.
I'm the video game
computer
boy.
Man to use.
Okay. Are you guys ready? Are you feeling it? Are you excited? Are you pumped?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I should check to see if we're actually recording this. That'd be good, right?
Yeah.
How about
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. All right.
What's the point, though?
Very ER of you.
Doesn't matter.
Thanks for noticing me. Howdy, everybody out there in Twitch land. I'm Jason. I'm normally the Dungeon Master, but tonight we're doing extended rest for the month of March. Let's do that thing where we go around the table and introduce ourselves. Start with Kelsey.
Oh boy. Hi, I'm Kelsey, and I play Aster on Group A.
And Jameson.
Hey, I'm Jameson. I play Lark on Group B.
I still got to send you a camera, but now I'm really anxious about sending you any mail.
Yeah. Don't send me anything for a while. Till the roving looters stop.
Clearly that was a letter sorter, Jameson.
Of course, yeah, it was just a letter sorter.
And Jamie. Let's do Jamie.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I play Tatiana on Group B.
And Michael Microsoft.
Hey. I'm Michael. Michael Microsoft for short, not for long. And I play Anvin on Group A and get on everyone's nerves, like Aster. It's great.
We're going to talk about that. And again, Group A this month, you guys are doing the best. If there's a winner out of all the you're doing fine. And last and certainly not least, our heart goes out to them, Mandy.
Hi guys, this is Mandy, and I played Iris on Group C.
And last and certainly not least, Zach.
What's up? My name is Zach. I'm on Group C, full stop.
Oh. Well, it's about that time to get yelled at. Let's talk about Group C. But actually, you know what? Okay. Before we get into it, thank you so much for all your feedback this month, and your emails, and calling my personal phone number. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This month has, pardon my French, sucked a whole bag of dicks. It's been really bad.
A whole bag?
A whole bag, just a sack full. 1 metric sack full of dicks. And you guys in Discord and hitting us up on Facebook and everything like that, that does brighten my day. I don't know about you guys, but just interacting with somebody and not talking about a pandemic or politics or a pandemic. It's been great. Just thank you guys so much. And for every nice message you've been sending us about distracting you, you're doing the same for us. So please keep it up. We're hoping April's going to be better. We just got to make it out of fucking March. Also, don't forget to send us your videos for Theriathon, and you could be a part of the show. I'm making commercials and stuff again with you guys and spotlighting listeners, and send them to our Gmail at dandrpodcast@gmail.com. That's dandrpodcast@gmail.com. And without further ado, now let's talk about Group C. So, holy God. Okay. You get to Kodai, and I feel like you took 5 steps off the boat. And what are your initial thoughts, Zach and Mandy? What after you wrapped up that session, what was the first thing that came to mind? Because at least it sucked all the way around, but I feel like at least Zach got a proper send-off. And Mandy kind of got boned.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that them's the breaks. It's like, you know, you could get eaten by a dragon, you could get hit by a bus in real life. Yeah, that's how things go. So I just like, so when it happened, I was just like, mute, and I just sat there and I was just like, that happened. And the things your mind goes, like, I can't do that Twitter anymore. And I just kept, that kept going around my head. It's just, so I spent most of that night just laying in bed like, that was a clusterfuck, And that was my impression.
If we're talking about how I felt after the session,
let the hate flow through you, Zach. Go ahead.
It's not really hate. It's not hate at all. It's more like, really, I was confused. I think I said this before, but like I never like purely like solely lost that hard as a player in a game. I would usually just figure a way out, or I just think of something on the fly, but I was just in a situation where it was like, I remember the point I knew I was dead. 2 party members fled from battle, and one was engaged on the Blue Dragon, so I had a choice to either run with them or to stay and fight. And I thought back to like all the talking we did, all the group sessions. I was just like, what is it all for? Like, really, I was thinking that like if I run right now, it doesn't feel like the right thing to do. And I don't know. Maybe it was just because Avalyn was a barbarian, so I didn't feel like running away was the thing in character I would do. Right. But I think what really stuck in my craw is, well, 2 things. One, I'm sorry I couldn't save Iris at all, because that was just, what can you do about that situation? It was basically a one-shot. And that that determined how the fight went, how it started. But we killed it, 3v1. if we all would have died right there, I would have been like, you got us, you survived. But we lived. Like 2 people lived. I'm so proud of Elorath and Clara in game.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it. At the time I was frustrated that I could have lived, and I really wanted to live to get back at these meditators. I really wanted to, but God damn it, I couldn't do it. I was like, you know what? I think it'll feel better if I try to save 2 party members, and I rolled that crit 20, and I like to think that in game when I rolled that crit 20 to like get the dragon's attention, Avalyn created like the first taunt skill and died with it. That makes me feel happy. So I don't know.
Nice.
It was really, that session is a weird one. And anybody who heard it, anybody who was there playing it, it's weird because I feel like it had a little bit of everything. And that's a good and bad thing. So it starts out, it's kind of happy-go-lucky. You guys are exploring. There's a sense of danger, and you're like, okay, we got to find water. Here's this scorpion. Whatever. And, Merrick goes in and tries to fight it, and it's this comedy of errors. And we get Ferris going in and just punching a scorpion to death. And it's like, okay, that was really fun and funny. Okay, let's kick off the next couple of days, and you guys are exploring, and we're charting out the map. It's like, okay, here's where you guys are set to be in the next couple of days. Crit 1. It's like, okay, that's bad. But everyone, do me a favor, roll a dex save, blah 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 blah. Another 1. Okay, that's bad. So we know this dragon is attacking. And it's going to attack the slowest one, but it's still going to roll damage. Just a cascade of dice. And I need to say this. Yes, that dragon was above your pay grade. Absolutely. And it was supposed to. It's a crit 1. We've talked for how long about giant blue dragons under the sands and all that stuff. But like Zach said, I don't feel as though it was an unfair fight because 3 of you beat it to death. 3 of you. There were some great rolls on the part of you 3, and again, you're 3 members down and you beat it. So yeah, it hits like a freight train, but I and there were some people who were upset. There was a post on Facebook that got like 79, 80 some odd comments or something like that. That, to be clear, I didn't make that dragon. Wizards of the Coast did. I didn't. I didn't give it that much damage. It's a dragon. It hits hard, So, at what point in the fight? I mean, obviously not for Mandy, but like, at what point in the fight did it feel like? Was there a point where you're like, okay, running is the best option?
Yes, absolutely. At the beginning of the fight, I didn't. If you go back and listen to it, the whole time Avalyn's screaming at his own teammates, just get out, leave me, because I thought, one of us has to be sacrificed. Because if it wasn't Avalyn, it was probably going to have to be Elorath, because she was locked into the fight with the dragon. It was going to be a slow chase down through the dunes, which it lives in. So our best bet was to fight it right there, even though it didn't seem like it. In hindsight, of course, you can say that. It's just like, I don't know. Like, the fight itself was fair and square. We even rolled the recharge for the breath on the table. So
he kept recharging that breath.
Yeah, we rolled for it right there. So like, what else can you say? Even people want to mention the Royals. I don't think the Royals did a point of damage. It was just more
just distraction.
A distraction.
Yeah. Everybody. So okay, everybody else on the panel tonight. 1, did you get a chance to hear it? And 2, what were your initial thoughts?
I heard it. I loved it. But honestly, I I want to ask a question, but I'm waiting until we get to questions. It's just been like burning in my brain about it, so I'm gonna wait until we're in questions.
Dude,
So somebody else
ask a
can go.
question. So, okay, here's what we've been doing. We're just talking. I'm not regimenting.
I
anything.
noticed that there wasn't any effects, and I was like, "Whoa, where did the PowerPoint go?"
Oh yeah,
And-
no, we're done with that. No. And if we
Couple
weren't
budget
done with
cuts
that,
in this time.
yeah. Thanks to COVID, we had to lay off the PowerPoint. We thanked it for its years of service. And we didn't actually lay it off, so it can't get unemployment. We just reduced it to a 0-hour time frame. So,
furlough.
Yeah. So, and if everybody could donate $20 to Jeff Bezos
No.
to pay everybody he's really hurting, guys. He's really hurting.
Stop! I can't.
But the name of the dragon.
The name of the dragon was Jeff Bezos, yes. That's the-
Well, okay. I guess I'm not sure if either of you would have insight on what you think might happen, but do you think the dynamic of the group could be affected by the split of the party for that dragon? Because there's 2 that ran, and there's 2 that survived the dragon, and 2 that died. So how do you think that's going to affect y'all getting to your main goal and like, you know what I mean? Like what's gonna
Oh, I know
That could not be
exactly.
good for like party cohesion.
See, here's the thing though, like if you think about it, it shatters a lot more than that. Like how do you make another character that's going to go into this
Mhm.
wood chipper?
Right, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, how the fuck are they gonna piece
People-
this back together?
People like Merrick, they're running out of people that they're going to be like, I'm willing to die for you. You're going to run out of people you're faster than, to be honest. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah, especially if you just leave them behind. When they
Well,
do die.
okay. So
That's just the truth.
this is obviously nothing against Jasper, nothing against Ryan, because myself, Zach, and Mandy sat in a call, and we had a little bit of a therapy session where it's like, hey, how you doing? How you holding up? Yeah, March is rough. Huh? Anyway, about those characters, and we had a chance to talk, and from a character standpoint, there's obviously some thoughts and feelings about Merrick and Varys. We sat through a lot of meditation and a lot of, hey guys, we can do it. Why do you want to be adventurous? We had a whole arc to do that.
Yeah.
And then when the rubber met the road, it was rough, man. Let's do a little hypothetical. Let's say Iris and Avalan lived through that. How would they feel?
There'd
See-
be some balls getting kicked.
Here's the thing, though. Like, I can't even think about that because like it depresses me because I wanted that to happen so bad. I just wanted to live so I could be like, because Avalan was the one that was like whistleblowing on this whole thing, like because. And not to take it back, but like, how do you make a character that is okay with this underlying demon werewolf now? Like, you're running out of options. I can't make it like a necromancer or something, you know? Like, what kind of person is okay with this kind of stuff? And if Avalan lived, how do you like? Okay, knowing Merrick, right? We had a big fight. It was the Knolls. After that, it hasn't been much.
No.
So
Besides strangling that old man.
that was me though. That was
It was technically a fight. Like he kicked
Yeah,
a
that
little.
was all
I think.
my muscle. That was my XP. So,
Hey, you're off the hook for that.
oh yeah, that's a case cleared somewhere. But I just the way things were going in the group, we would have had like a major talk about like just cohesion. Like it just why is Merrick so caught up on like protecting his skin when that, like before we got on this boat he wasn't. So maybe the contract and all that stuff we don't know about what it came up because he still hasn't told us about like the demonic contracts. And now he's like casting warlock spells. Like not everyone's okay with that in like this world. So it's just it's tough, but it makes for a very interesting role play, and
I
maybe
can't wait.
Merrick can bounce back, because the way I see it is I have a new character on the way, and so does Mandy, but I just there's going to be a lot of acceptance that has to happen. Like, we're going to have to eat a lot of crow. Just smile away the demonic presence.
See,
or something.
Bree talked about that though too, because we got all day in the office. But there's kind of a point where it's like, how is that going to work? Like, we're in the middle of nowhere. It's not like we can go to town and stock up on new shit, right?
I don't even know what the next scene is going to be, but like, back to what Jamie was talking about, like, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to go back like, hey, you left us for dead, we're okay, hey.
We're okay.
Just like, I don't understand. Like, and the thing is, I know you were going around, Jason, asking everyone on the cast how they feel about it, and I'm still kind of curious about how they would feel to be in that situation. I just think what really struck hard about this episode to a lot of people is, like, what happened is, like, that's a D&D sin, you know? You never want to do that to your party members. And it just stuck with a lot of people. Like, that's a sticking point. And a lot of, even the cast, if they're like, I know they're thinking, like, I don't know if my party would do that. Like, I know someone, like, at least two people in other groups right now, like, they can't, I don't know if they have like two people in their minds that would just kind of book it in a fight. Like, can you think of somebody? Can you name them? No. So it's kind of rare, you know?
But you know what? Jadzia, when she had to deal with the demon, also
Exactly.
fled from fights. So that is a really interesting
She got a lot of
observation.
shit
I
for
wonder
it.
if the characters will pick up on that new attitude change in Merrick.
Right, and like, you know, when she started doing that, when she started being like, no, this water is too hot, you start to set off flags like, wait a minute, like, you're supposed to be extraordinary, but you're doing ordinary things like running away. Why is that? You know, so like your extraordinary adventurer party mates are going to be like, why are you not willing to take the same, like, even close to the same risk we are? There must be a reason for that. So that's why.
Like, how are you supposed to go on as a party, knowing like the next
I don't
fight
know.
that could happen? You're supposed to be
Right.
fighting with these people at your back.
Like, where's that threshold? It's like, okay, when
Exactly.
are you going to dip? Like, when is how big?
That's what
like,
I said
I
to
get it.
Jason. The one too many skeletons. Like, what's your threshold? And we always had to deal with that.
Okay. This is something I wanted to bring up to everybody. And again, I still want to get to, Kelsey and Jameson and Michael. I get the panic in the middle of the fight, right? It's like, holy shit, Blue Dragon, run. Okay. Where were they going?
Yeah. Like, it's a dragon.
It can fly, and there's not no trees to hide in or anything. It's just endless blasted sand dunes. Like,
We're in its nest. You just got into a fight and lost to scorpions. Wherever you go, you're safer with us.
Yeah.
It's like, man,
and who's to say you aren't going to run into another one, right? Like, who knows? My only thing, and I talked to I talked to Mandy and Zach about this, and again, this is not. I get character wise why Merrick and Varys did that. I get it, but beyond the where were you going? My only thing was, let's say I'm in a party with somebody, and they're gone, right? You can go, okay, I kind of get it, but shit, like, we lost people, and maybe we wouldn't have lost as many people if, on top of that, they had time to stop and talk to one another about whether they were going to come back at some point. Which means it wasn't just mad scrambling over the hill to get away from it. It was mad scrambling, catch your breath, talk to each other, and then debate whether they were going to go back. That's different to me than
Yeah,
just
yeah.
panicking and running. I feel. And
It is. And if you go back in the episode, like this is all happening real time. I'm like,
right.
are they even looking back? Did they even like turn around? I said this, and it's just I don't understand. Like when you're running away, and you see like you're not only are you in the lead, there's no one behind you. You don't turn back and look. Like you're not even being attacked anymore. Can we get a spell from our cleric, a heal, anything? Like you don't have to fight, man. Like. Like you could just be like, you could do it, shout something.
Go get him. Bye. What do you think, Jameson?
I have a lot of thoughts.
How do you feel about the Royals helping more?
Well, yeah. So first of all, I'm going to miss Iris and Evelyn. I love both those characters, and it's kind of a bummer. The next thought I had is that I am actually very interested in the next Group C episode, because I think that I'm very excited for everybody to just pull out the stops for that conflict between the four of them. I don't envy Jasper and Jasper more so than Ryan, only because he's got the extra weight of that deal he just made, and it's already gone so wrong.
And from Ryan's perspective, it's like, yeah, Varys is a city boy who worked at the docks.
He's just a young
not,
kid.
Yeah, he's not
It's
ready
hard
to
to-
look up at that and go, I'm going to fight that. It
Yeah,
doesn't help that he did punch a scorpion to death and show off how good a fighter he was just beforehand, but still, I get the panic.
Yeah, I mean-
listen, a monk doesn't want to punch a dragon. I won't get too mad at that, okay? You can't hold a guy to that.
Yeah, and so I mean, I think that I'm very interested in the scene that will come after, because I think a lot of good character stuff for all four survivors will come from it. I think that there's enough reason, justifiable reason, for what Merrick and Varys did, that it'll be interesting to hear it come out in character, and whether or not the other two accept it. Like, that's the other thing. They don't have to accept it.
Right.
Because the Royals are there now too. So there's an alternative. You could see the group split and half of them join the Royals.
We've done it before. And I don't know. So here's the greatest thing. Whatever's going to happen, it's opening up Theriathon. April 25th at noon Eastern. That's the first group that's playing is Group C. I have no idea what's going to happen, and we're gonna get into it live. So
yeah,
it kind of sucks. You guys have a month to digest it, and think about it, and obsess about it, and just like, yeah. But I'm interested, man. I'm psyched.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say too, like, I definitely don't blame Jasper and Ryan, obviously, but I don't blame the characters either, obviously, because you guys have talked about it already. There's justifiable reasons for doing what you did, especially if you think about it in character. Like, I'm a monk, that's a dragon, I'm going to run. But and this has been, I think this has been said before, but the weird thing about playing on the show versus just playing D&D at home is because when you're playing D&D at home, you have to balance like game mechanics and like making sure everybody at the table is having fun with role play, right? Staying in character. When you're on the show, you have to balance both of those things with also making sure it's entertaining for a third party. And sometimes it's only two of those three things. Like, I think that Merrick and Varys running makes sense from a character standpoint. I think it's interesting as far as like a narrative for an audience goes, because obviously that was a very tense episode. But some people were upset because it didn't mechanically make sense. Like, if they had all stayed, they could have beaten it and maybe not lost another person, something like that. But I'll take those 2 out of 3. For me, like, even though I lost characters that I personally think are very interesting and cared about, I wasn't like upset at the episode for that. Like, I think it was all interesting decisions that were made, which is kind of the most you can do sometimes.
Yeah. Like, I don't think like any like real person made a bad decision or anything. I think it's really interesting to have that conflict. Like, oh my gosh, that's such a neat storyline. Like,
it's weird. I feel like Group C was heading that way anyway. This was just
yeah.
Because there's a lot. There were all the way back in like Arc 2. There's a lot of secrets being kept. There were a lot of decisions that were just kind of made that didn't seemed to like gel with the rest of the party. There were little, like, okay, if you go all the way back, like you could see little things build on top of each other. And then we get to this point and it's like, oh man, are they going to stay together? I don't know. Like we may find out at Theriathon that we'll have a group split or 2 people leave or just a dissolving of Group C. And I don't know going into it. So that might just be another surprise for Theriathon.
Yeah, it's like I almost feel like if they do end up kind of being like, okay, I guess we'll like carry on or something, like something else is going to happen again. It's just going to bring it all right back.
I don't see things getting better on Kodai. Like, because you're not going to have that campfire moment. You're not going to go, it's like, well, let's go to a tavern and sort this out. Just fucking desert everywhere. Like, there's, you guys still have a mission to do. So you haven't even gotten to the thing yet that you're there for.
And here's the thing, like, everything is just becoming so muddled. Like, the reason we came in the first place, like, that was the whole problem. Like, Merrick was wavering. How do you not, like, waver even more after this? I just don't know where their motivation is going to come from. Like, how do you, like, things are so dangerous, like you said, Jason, we're only, like, not technically, but just, like, we're a few feet off the boat, realistically. So, like, when we actually get into, like, where we need to go and things are protected and things are more dangerous, it's going to get tough. Like, I don't know.
I think you're all smart enough to know that it's not going to be as simple as walking in and flipping a switch. And it's like, hey, Gates, everybody, let's go. Like, I think you know. Like, I
mean, it could be, though. You are creating the world. Like, if you wanted to make it a flip of a switch.
Now, you know what? Kodai is March. And it's not going to be easy.
Oh,
no.
It's just, actually, you know what it is? It's made of dragons.
The whole thing.
It's interconnected
dragons all the way down.
Yep, that's it. How about we move on to a new group, and we're going to ask questions of we're definitely going to ask questions of the chat the entire way through. How did you guys feel about those deaths? How did, like, what did you do? What if you could talk to any of the party members? What would you say? What would it be? Like in the middle of it, were you yelling at your headphones or speakers? Where it's like, where are you going? What are you doing? Like, why don't you guys run? Like, I'm always interested in that kind of thing because people have drastically like there were people who were mad, mostly at me, but there were people who were mad at Merrick and Varys, and then there are people who are mad at everybody else for staying. It's like, why didn't you run? Why didn't you get out of there? And then, you know,
coming from a place where, like, I don't even know how many Amvins of life Merrick or the dragon had.
That dragon was a lot of Amvins.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I'm sure. But considering how many times Group A was like, you know what, let's do it. And knowing like, ooh, at the time, like, ooh, 15. Now I'm like, yes, 23. I'm like, I could just imagine these people like, oh, we don't have enough. We can't do it. And I'm like, why not? Like, it's definitely like...
Okay, so yeah, so like when like the Hill Giant stuff happened and like Clifford went in, we could have just left him and gotten out of there, and it was not a great looking situation. Like like we got pretty close to getting out a few of us, and
so if Group A had a message for Group C, it's man up and stop being a bitch. That's what I'm hearing.
No, it's actually a really good point. Group A tried to run in their fight.
Yeah.
They tried really hard. It didn't work.
True. Nope. No one listened to any plan that we thought we had.
Listened to anybody else. It was the dysfunction that saved Group A.
Well, it's more like, when did dysfunction happen? We didn't all go our separate ways and split.
Yeah. Right.
That would have been. So, okay, let's talk about Group A, though. Let's so, you guys had a fight with Hill Giants, and you were going to run. And probably, let's be honest, Hill Giants aren't super fast. They're big. But most of you, if not all of you, probably would have got out of there. But you had a stubborn party member who wanted to stay in Clifford. Now, we talked just a little bit before the episode. If I pissed people off with Zach and Mandy, I didn't help the situation with Clifford doing what Clifford did. And
I will hear no Clifford slander on this extended rant.
the child.
So okay. Let's go around the day. Yay or nay on Clifford? Should Clifford be out there with Group A? Or should it just? It's like someone needs to adopt this child.
Yeah. I get you guys like Clifford on your group. Y'all are crazy. How could you like an insurgent spy?
See the character development
He
that's
is
come
an
about with, like,
insurgent
Ahsoka because
spy.
of him. It's been amazing.
I'm just like, please drop him off.
Okay, think about this. Think about this right here. Why would a master vampire or like a very strong high level vampire give a bunch of to her, not me, it's not my words, she said this, go take it up with her, bunch of weaklings a toy for no reason, for nothing in exchange? It's a spy who is sent to destroy your group from the inside. The best thing you can do is hold him up by his little pants, little shorts, up to the sun until he's dust. Help yourselves out.
Okay, he's done a very bad job of trying to split our group apart. Then I feel like
He's trying. Dear God, is he trying?
everything
We
that
do
he's
that
done
well
wrong
enough on
can be
our own.
blamed on Ahsoka. Honestly,
Yep.
Not wrong.
And
like Ahsoka's
funny
done
enough-
the exact same stuff before.
Yes. Oh, yes. And for the longest time, Cliff has more health than me, so I'm like, decoy, it's perfect.
Yeah, and like the plan is always to leave him at Aubrey with other vampires and stuff, but
Yep.
I don't think we could just pawn him off in the next town we run across. But like Dirt Hollow.
You don't think you can, or you don't want to?
Well, I
Be
mean,
your
we
mascot?
could, but oh, here's this vampire kid. Have fun,
I was thinking we
and
just
play
have
with other
him
people that
help
know
patrol.
how to help him be a vampire and stuff. It's
I want to say two things. One of the funniest things is Bree's editing the episode, and she starts losing her shit. And it's like, well, what is it? And it's like, I just heard Michael say, he's lamenting. It's like, Clifford has one more hit point than me. It just, it's just the way
It
you
hit
said
me
it
right here.
Yeah, you were so sad when you said it's like you were reflecting on everything. It's like, he has one more hit point than me. It wasn't real.
And it was the first time that I rolled more than a 1, I think.
And
in the beginning.
everybody give it up for Michael.
he's
Amazing.
over 20. We're so proud.
Wait, level 8? What are you, level 8 now? And just
9?
9,
Probably
maybe?
9.
You're 22 hit points? 23?
Yeah, something like that.
Whew.
Oh God.
Yeah, heavy hitter.
Are
You know.
you
And I
drinking a
still
Capri
die
Sun?
before this guy, man.
Yeah.
I need invisibility.
Well, it helps when you like turn invisible and let your party
Here,
member take all
He
your
sips
hits.
from a Capri Sun like he's taking a drag off a cigarette.
Yes!
So I still die first.
I wanted to say, I wanted to say, you guys did a fantastic job. That little role play moment between Amvin and Aster, you guys did a great job because,
Yeah.
Just
I-
slugged his ass.
well, okay. I think, and we talked about it a little bit, but I think 4 or 5 years ago, Kelsey would not have handled the situation in the way 2020 Kelsey did. And it was really good. It was nuanced. It was like you came at Amvin and just okay, I want to hit him. And I feel like if it were 5 years ago, that would have been the scene. It's like, and I want to hit him again and pull his pants down and hit him. So it's okay. Okay.
Always
was-
brings that up when that was perfect.
You started at a 10 and
that.
you started at 10 and over time you were like, well, just next time tell me. And I loved how Evan was kind of unapologetic. It's like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not gonna die out here. You're much more.
Which was not helping because
Right.
it was just please, just a little tiny bit of something out of you is all I want here.
I had to play to the Umaniro mentality.
And now I know why everyone hates them.
Do you guys feel like you sorted it out though? Or is that maybe something that'll crop up later on?
I mean, it depends on how the next fight goes, I guess. We'll see.
That's
Also,
fair.
if we actually do have that, which we have been needing to have a group sit down about things for like a year, and it has never happened because we keep running into more stuff. So,
Yep.
At this point, what would a talk solve?
Well, just like not like solving the argument, just like, hey, let's all talk about like what we can do and like different strategies if we run into different kinds of situations and stuff, because clearly that is hindering us.
But our group is like, we make a plan, we say we're going to do something, and then it happens, and we're like, nah, I got this. And whether that's Ahsoka or
this is
you know,
like from Aster's perspective, like them being the one that like we need to have some kind of plan and stuff. This is not their area of expertise. This is not what they do. But they're also like used to being like when they were like with the elves and the war and stuff. I mean, having like some kind of like structure and everything. It's like, oh, this works well. So maybe just like a little bit of something, guys.
I think actually the whole when Ubo changed down the downward spiral when the wagon explosion occurred, because before that we were thinking about like when we were doing that slavery wagon section, we were methodical and it worked really well. Everything up to that point was very pro team. After that it was like damage control all the way.
Because I feel like it's easy to stick to a plan until it goes and falls apart. And that, you know, it's really easy to go, okay, here we are, we're a team. And then, you know, things start splintering, people die, people this, that. It's kind of tough to, it's like you guys were running full force and started to stumble and you haven't quite got your bearings again. You're still like.
Yeah, we're still reacting and we're still like grieving at the same time.
We need some time to just like breathe a little bit, which has not happened. Like, it's one thing into the next. And I mean, also, like, going back to the wagon thing, like, Aster still has a little bit of distrust for Ambin because of the whole, like, resurrection thing. I mean, there's still, like, a little bit of wariness there, which
I'm fine.
I'm doing great.
Can I just say that I love that subplot of Aster's the only one who's like, that's not normal.
Yeah.
Absolutely
just
love
get
that.
back if we're okay with this. There is defense involved, and we're just gonna accept that that's definitely Anvin 100%. Like,
I thought that was brilliant. That again, credit to you. Like you reacted in a completely understandable way, honestly. Where everyone else is like, "Oh, lucky penny," and you just and just walked on like it was fine. And between someone potentially selling their soul, and then Ubo going, and then it's like, well, what does that mean for Ubo and the afterlife? What does all that mean? And you guys still got to deliver some terrible news to the people of former Donhurst. And it's like, what you guys? I feel like Group C and Group B are going to the shit right now. Next arc is going to put the screws to Group A. Like, it's all going to be about just tough choices. And a potential fight with a big old vampire. I don't know.
well, I'm hoping that we can put off the vampire fight for a little bit more. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Aster doesn't think so either. Again, we need to have that group talk about what we're doing next, which has been kind of kept like pushing off to the next day. And
I am so excited for when you guys do fight her. Oh my god. I just
we also we need to get some like good like vampire hunting weapons and stuff.
That's meta.
Listen, I'm just saying, like, if we like pitch this to Winter Haven and come back and stuff, and we got those flowers to sell. That's some good cash.
Oh yeah, and
we need some upgrades on the equipment here if we're gonna actually do this. Because
so,
what's your rewards program?
Yeah, they might think you're dead by now. By the way, like it's like I don't know. They left like weeks and weeks ago. I don't know where they went. Like. We've seen more refugees from Donhurst than we've seen them, so I don't know. What did everyone think of well, two things, I guess. Let's start with Rob's new character. What did everyone think?
Yes. Oh, he's so great.
It's very intricate. He's a jailer, right?
He's
Or
a former
ex-
jailer from Brightport, which is going to fit right in.
Oh,
with
I
Group
am
A.
so excited for that to come up. It's like, oh yeah, here's this cool dragon guy. He fights really and everything. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, by the way, he's a cop. Just like, that is not going to go over well. And I'm so excited for that. Oh man.
I want to even see the conversation where, so like, I know we're supposed to add him to the party, but we literally just buried Ubo, and now Donovan's like, "Hey, we're recruiting, we're hiring," and like waiting for both Maddie and even Amvin to be like, "So wait, what? We didn't talk about how we're gonna do this." But then like we're also going after Galros and everything, and that might prove it, but it's also going to be like, okay, to Astra's point / Kelly or Kelsey, sorry,
Yeah, Kelly.
sorry, that like we don't talk at all. We just make decisions and say, yeah, everyone's cool with that.
Yeah.
Just move on.
This is definitely like gonna have like put the foot down. No, we need to actually have a discussion about this kind of thing. Like, who are
Yeah.
you? Like, first of all,
You guys would definitely forge each other's signatures. I get that feeling a lot. Like you're just like, yeah, they're fine with it. Here, I'll sign, and then just things happen. And we have
Work's already
recorded another episode with Group A, and that'll be coming out before Theriathon. And it doesn't get smoother. I don't think.
What?
Look. Okay, I would like to say that I am really happy with Rob for turning the old convention on its head, where, oh yeah, like you said, it's like, we have a vacancy. We're short an Ubo. We need somebody. He's the one who's looking at the group. It's like, is there anyone better in town?
oh
Let's
god,
look
that was so
around.
good.
That's
That was
such-
so good.
That was fucking genius, and it's like, oh, damn it, Rob, that was good. And
Credit
if
to
not-
him also for for going straight in with that accent. I don't know that I could try
Yeah.
to commit to an accent like
He
that.
just like immediately pulls it off. It's like,
I love anybody who tries a voice like that. Like, yeah, it's because once you sign up for it, it's like, shit, this is life now. I gotta
That's it. Yeah.
that's it. I can't just be whatever that accent is. Like, it's kind of
Can't
like,
just not be in the mood to do it.
no, you can't just be Eastern European and then not. Like, you know. But I'm so excited for him to meet the rest of the group, because a former law enforcer from Brightport and a bunch of fucking ex-cons. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
oh boy.
Who's not dexterous?
No, oh yeah, no. We found out he is not. He's Vic Mackey from The Shield. That's what I figured out. Like, he's kind of a wall that runs through things. He's not going to be leaping over anything. He's not that guy. He's a big
Kool-Aid
dragonborn.
man.
Yeah. Finally, for Group A, you guys want to talk about Kalros? Do you want to dig into that?
So they have to kill him. Basically, they kept saying in the episode like they're gonna kill him.
Because he's pretty much killed Ubo. Like, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, he is a
and
vampire.
that's the thing. So like, because of our dear friend and group member Susan, we knew that he was Kalros when we fought him back in the Divide. We couldn't say anything. So it was like, oh boy. And then when that happened, it was like to Rob, we're all just like another little thing behind the scenes that no one knew. And so yeah, so like him showing up again, it's like there's no way. I mean, like, yeah.
I've had a ton of questions about him, and I think we got one for Living in Theria coming up or something like that. But people have been asking. It's like, like why was him and Tessia together? Why, like it. And there's a story behind it. We wrote everything out for the book. Like he's in the book, stats and all, backstory, all that good stuff. So, he looks exactly like you think he looks. Like,
Jason, do you want to show the art?
Yeah, sure. Ship. Yeah.
Let's show the art.
Yeah. You guys talk, and I'll
do it.
pull it up.
Yeah, he's just.
It's really nice art.
Scumbag. I don't want to say anything specific because I don't remember what was an episode that's out and the one that's coming out, but there's oh man, like just listening to him talk, just like ooh, oh, it's like so much.
Of course, he'd end up in Durnhollow.
Yeah. Oh God.
Right. And it's Rob and him, and like we're nowhere there.
That was so fun talking to Rob about Malchus, but he's not playing Malchus, and that was fun. I don't get to do stuff like that too often. All right. Let me download this and open it and kind of show it off for everybody. So yeah, that's Calros right there. It's awkward because nobody in Skype can see it, so it's weird. But can I say that I'm really glad that we got people who know how to draw a tiefling's tail correctly?
It shouldn't be just a third wobbly leg.
Yeah, it's not a dinosaur tail. It's not.
Christ, your desktop.
Yeah, dude. Okay, I could explain that. I'm editing a video trailer for Theriathon, and I have just resources scattered all over. And I was supposed to get done, but then we had to go get Suki, and it doesn't usually look like that. I swear. So, okay. Let's talk about Group B. Because holy shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you remember when Larg was famous for eating some pies? Do you remember, like, how many lifetimes ago was that, Jameson?
I remember Innocent Man-Child Larg.
You and Tatiana breaking fingers and smashing kneecaps and torturing somebody. So traditionally on the show, we've only had one other torture scene, like legit torture scene, and that didn't go over well. Were you guys worried about that? Or were you figuring it's like, oh, this is an NPC no one likes. Fuck them. Like, just...
I mean, that probably helps a lot. Like,
It
in
probably
terms of
helps,
reaction.
You go ahead, Jamie.
I mean, he did summon a bunch of demons
He
and
did.
is trying to, like, destroy the whole world, so I didn't really feel very bad at all. I feel bad that I am, like, smiling because it was kind of fun.
See, that's the slippery slope, Jamie. Now you do. Now, once
I'm
you
like,
take the
why
law
isn't
into your own
Jameson's camera on? I'm gonna, like, be sitting here like, oh yeah, it was so much fun to, like... But no, it felt kind of like Group B, like, you know, everybody else has had sort of a rough time at the game, and it was kind of like, ha-ha, some vengeance is due, you know.
So
we
that's
got information. We got info.
You
Yeah,
did.
it was effective.
It was
That's
effective,
for sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't for naught.
Now, if I'm not, sorry,
No,
go
please
ahead.
go.
I was just gonna ask if I'm not mistaken. This was the same, like this same sect of Black Hand, right? That were summoning demons.
Yep.
Was this the same sect that got you the first time and the second time? With like the throat slit thing, like was this the same group, and you finally just like,
Same, like not the exact same people, but definitely the same like regiment. Like they're it's like, yeah, let's send out some, you know, ankle breakers to fucking deal with these guys. Like it definitely the same type of people.
Okay.
It's just the second time I feel like Group B was ready for them.
that revenge would have been pretty sweet on the first people that killed you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Karen, Jasper, we were just talking about you earlier.
Poor Jasper.
Jasper's currently busting his ass laying out the book, and it is chef's kiss. It's so beautiful. So beautiful, guys. Oh, man. So, okay. I've asked you guys this a few times, but two things. One, we have one more session before Theriathon, but you guys will be playing live at Theriathon. That would be 4:30 p.m. Eastern. And I have a couple of surprises for you. You're gonna, it's Theriathon. We got to pull out all the stops. You're gonna love it. Now,
That's our plan. Just never play during Theriathon.
So, do you guys feel like you're ready for the Black Hand now? If you're going to play Ruthless like this, do you feel like you're? Is this the moment basically where you stop running, you go, fuck this, I'm done? Like,
I mean, well, it's not. I wouldn't say that just based on this one torture scene that gauges if we were ready or not. Like, Kalden's over here freezing people. We can't forget about that. And if we get whatever is in the Blacktip Forest, yes, we are going to be prepared, I think. And I might be speaking too soon, but I'm trying to be an optimist in Theria when I have to be an anxious mess out in the real world.
That's fair.
So it's going to be great, and we're going to do awesome.
Part of me hopes it's not the torture scene is the thing that brings us together. I really that's not we really rally around as a group.
I was on the fence until Larg smashed that guy's kneecap and he just screamed.
That's the thing.
The way he nestled the arrow on that guy's tongue really put my spirit back.
Oh my god!
Back into place. Yeah.
Can I tell you, I had so much fun with the sound effects for that fucking episode. It was so fun.
What did you do?
Oh man! So I invested just a few weeks prior to this. I invested in about 3,000 new sound effects. Ooh. And one of them is just a folder labeled gore.
Oh gosh!
Oh,
bust that open immediately.
Oh man, it was so good. It's just so fun.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I was trying to avoid doing that scene because, like, I, as a player and like as a listener, I'm not into torture. Like, it's not something that I'm interested in generally. But so I was trying to think of reasons why Lark wouldn't be involved, and he was like, "Yeah, he's gonna go over. He's gonna find something to do. He's gonna stack bodies. He's gonna twiddle his thumbs." And then I kept coming back to, he's got that madness though. And it's like, it's almost like he keeps on like anxiously looking over, being like, I gotta go do that. I gotta get in there. I really didn't want to, but kind of got to a point where it's like, all right, I can't not. It would be dishonest to just avoid doing it. So,
right.
But I and he are probably taking note of how cool everybody else was with what he did. Because everybody else was like, all right, that seems fair.
Again, that's that lucky penny thing of everyone's like, yeah, fuck that guy. Like, yeah. I thought it was a little, it's like, Tatiana, you just broke that guy's finger. And then Larg got a hold of him. It's like, oh, there's the bar. Oh, yeah. Oh, the finger thing was quaint. Like,
oh my. Yeah. So I don't know. That was a really interesting night though.
Mm.
Again, Theriathon's going to be fun. I think you guys are going to like it. Like, I am so excited.
Well, we got one more session before Theriathon.
Got one more session before Theriathon, but I'm thinking about the pace you guys are setting, and yeah, it's interesting. Now, speaking of Theriathon, on April 25th, everybody, please mark it down in your calendars. Noon Eastern is when we're going to start, and we're going till we stop, at least midnight. But the third group that's going to play that day is a bunch of people who've been working on the book. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all stuff from the book and roll up random characters with tables that are all going to be published in the book. We've kind of tested it out, and it was really fun. Like, it worked really well. And we're just going to see what we get and kind of throw some story stuff at them. Is there anything you guys would like to talk about before we wrap stuff up for this extended rest? What are you excited about? What are you What do you?
Everything.
Well, everyone's in a really good. I'm so sorry, Jasper. There are too many tables in this book.
Sus.
And that's bad for Jasper's sanity, but good for the consumer. Anybody who likes tables, poor Jasper.
If everyone could just donate $20 so we can pay Jasper more.
Oh man, Spiderhawk, question for the table: out of the who out of Group A will be the one to have Clifford meet Mr. Sunshine and end the experience with him? Ooh.
Oh.
He's 12.
I feel like Masoka is really gonna like one day he's just gonna snap. I'm tired of this kid taking my shine. Time to give him some real shine. Just hold him up.
If you think Masoka would not put himself in between Clifford and anything that came at him.
Yeah, and he's
Like,
the softest Rogan in Theria.
I think he's just trying to shape him to be exactly like him. I mean, that's what I'm seeing.
I think that's what at first he thought, and then after he saw it in action, he was
Spoiler
freaking out.
alert:
He's so
his
sick.
growth potential is pretty bad. Clifford's.
That is a very do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
He was because Clifford was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be just like you," and he's like, "That's stupid. Don't do what I do. Like that'll get you killed. Like that type of, or one of us killed."
Mm-hmm. But it's okay. We're teaching him how to use both.
Who really knows Clifford's age? Is there any documents? This guy could be like 40, just pretending. Oh boy, shucks! I love you, Masoka.
Oh shit, that's true.
Just
He's the only one
smoking
who
a
said his
drag.
own age. That's true.
What do you think? It's like an orphan situation? Like he's just
Finally
like, he's-
got him.
G. Soto asks, Jamie, do you think Lark's actions raised red flags in his changes?
You mean to Tatiana? I wouldn't, probably not. And honestly, no, probably not. You know, like we were torturing this guy already, and then we weren't doing very great at it. And Larg probably was like, I'm going to go help these people out. I'm much more intimidating than them. And at least that's how I think it would have been perceived by the people who were already trying to get
And again,
the
You're
information
dealing-
out of this dude.
you're dealing with a lady who already had a ball gag ready to go. I'm just saying, like,
Right. Yes.
you know.
This was not Tatiana's first torture. for
Yeah, if
sure.
anything, I feel like the rest of Group B was like, finally, he's on board.
I love that the rest of the group still doesn't know anything going on in Donhurst really, like currently, and I remember when the biggest thing going on for Group B was, oh no, is the group going to find out that Tati left that dagger? It's like, that is light years away from
Right,
where you are now.
that.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. I feel like the group wouldn't even care. It's like, whatever.
Who gives a shit? We're
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah,
Fucking-
who, that guy? Whatever.
That
He's
boy.
somebody else's problem now.
This minion? We're trying to fight demons. We're busy.
Oh, man.
I personally like the Group B episode. I think it's a great, like, almost after school special for like anyone who colludes with demons. You need caps get busted. Just put it out there.
It was like a scare him straight type thing.
Yeah.
I think you have to let him live before you...
Yeah.
Spiderhawk, I've seen this in the chat a couple times tonight. Spiderhawk, Jason, can we get a one-shot / insert with Iris meeting Vecna?
It just gush and there.
You say you can do that right now. We can do this scene right now.
There you go.
There you have it.
Blood, and he's like, "What the fuck?" But okay, and welcomes her into the afterlife.
That sounds explicit. I don't know if we can. Ours is a family show.
I like
I
how
don't
it's
think
like
you have enough sound effects.
it's your perception of heaven, and in there, Vecna's still confused but accepting. What? Okay.
Yep.
I don't like. Okay, I've never tried to paint the Therian gods as always knowing what to do or say or whatever. If anyone's confused at this point, like, okay, you pull Group B aside, and it's like, okay, I don't normally do this, but I have faith in you guys. What the fuck? Are you nailing a man to a tree? What are you doing? Like, what? What the fuck, guys? Like, I trusted you.
Meanwhile, we were all so nonchalant about Braylon dying a second time. But like, he'll get up any minute now. It's fine.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Hand me that ball gag. Oh my god. Jason in the chat. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
I was gonna say, I love how each group is like a different battle of things. Like Group A is internal, and whatever Group B is, and then like
whatever Group B is. That
and
thing.
then, yeah, like it's pretty cool to see the differences in each group. So you get like a different experience depending on which group you're listening to.
Yeah, it's all borked, but it's a different flavor of borked every time we play. Jason in the chat, is it possible for a party to die before a Theriathon? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't want it to. That would really fuck up my plans, but yeah. Like, I can't...
Group B, the Theriathon.
I can't help, dice rolls. Like, And God, isn't Group B traveling through the wilderness?
Right around the Silver Glade, yeah.
But we have a travel die, so yeah.
You do have a travel.
And you know what? We might get another one after our little torture tete-a-tete. That was a lot of teamwork there. So
I mean, technically,
teamwork makes the scream work. You're welcome.
Here's the thing, guys. When I said that you have to work together, that isn't exactly. Like, okay, I feel like Group 1...
Working together towards a goal. Get the information out of the baddie. Goal met.
I feel like Group 1 would have just been made of travel die if that's the bar. Like, if that's...
I mean, basically, you got to wrap a lot.
Is that how they got so far so fast? Like, it's travel die all the time.
I just didn't leave that part in the show. That's all. That makes perfect sense to me.
We're in Winter Haven. Later that day in Brightport. Like, they just, yeah. Well, I honestly don't know where to take things from here, so I guess we're going to wrap things up. Thank you all for doing this show. I really appreciate it, and I am so excited for the next few episodes for Theriathon. We've been setting stuff up for a while. Let me see. Group C is playing, then Group B, a mystery group. And we're bringing back GMT at the end of the night because as much as you guys have been requesting it, we need to vent too. We need to talk, guys. It's been 6 months and
get it off your chest.
Yeah, things didn't get better when we left. Did you guys know?
The past 6 months have been just sunshine and rainbows for you.
Woo! So thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you all have a great weekend. You know what? Let's all make a resolution for April. Let's bring it in. Let's do everything we can to just make April a tiny bit better. Say something nice to somebody you know. Check in with loved ones. Just kind of like, let's not pay attention to Twitter so much. Like, let's all just kind of push away from the table. I've had enough. I think you guys have too. So thank you guys so much. And we will see you next month we'll see you next month for Theriathon 2020. And strangely enough, it's going to be our 8th anniversary. And we got a book coming.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's coming, but eventually when we're allowed to go outside again and send stuff away, like, it's coming. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time and have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.